Amazing. All right. Well, welcome to Tuesday night's team call. These calls are hosted every single Tuesday, and for anyone on our team, coach, Emerald, Diamond, anybody, brand new coach just signed up today. So if you have someone that's on your team that's not on this call, send them a quick message and tell them to get their butt on this call. It's going to be good. And a quick little blurb about me. For those that you don't know, my name is Carly, and I started coaching back in the summer of 2016. I was a full-time youth care worker. I was a self-taught accountant for a potash company, still am, and did the books for some float planes up north in Mississippi. Also still do that. And I had zero intentions of becoming a coach. And I actually told my coach I don't want to coach and I only wanted the discount and on Shakeology. And we laugh now because we call it the Ukrainian discount because 90% of our people on our team are Ukrainians. And well, Ukrainians like good deals. So that's why 90% of my team is here because we like good deals. So anyways, I signed up as a coach just for the discount. And if you guys know Marie Barker, she sent me these goals and was like, hey, fill this out and then we're going to hop on a call. And I'm like, dude, I don't want to coach, like get out. And I filled out this list of goals and we set up a call. And well, you know her, she worked her magic and here I am. I got to Emerald fairly quick with my mom and my aunt, and then I signed up a couple more people, and then started branching out to friends and a couple strangers. And then it took me 2 years to get to Diamond, which I highly recommend you don't do. Get to Diamond as fast as you can. Once I achieved Emerald, I kind of took my foot off the gas. Once I achieved Diamond, I took my foot off the gas. Once I achieved 2-star, you think I would have learned by then, but I didn't. And now I took my foot off the gas again, and now I'm trying to get my butt back up to 5-star this year. So I'll just have you know that the team that gets you to Diamond isn't the team that gets you to 2-star and 5-star. And that's why you need to continue to stay in that recruitment process and continue to add people to your team because people will fall off, people will go inactive, and you continuing to replace your spot is going to be huge. So let's get to the nitty gritty. And this just kind of leads us into the topic. I call the topic tonight Carl's 3 questions when inviting. And no, this wasn't a spelling error. It wasn't supposed to say Carly, and it wasn't me being funny. A quick little backstory is when I first got into coaching, I changed my Facebook name to Carl's Barkley because I didn't want my youth that were in my group home to know who I was and finding me on social media. So I changed my name to Carl's Barkley. Quick little side note is that you are a role model, and I learned that very quick. Just being in the home and the kids looking up to me, and that what I had to bring on social media and my presence on social media was something positive, something uplifting, and something that they needed in their life. So if you're a teacher, if you're a youth care worker, a social worker, or someone that generally works with the public, don't change your name on Facebook to some random name because that's not going to help the people that you are serving, the people that are going to be coming to your door. Make sure your profile's open and for everybody to see so that you can continue to help them. So anyways, back to the topic. There, as I said at the beginning of the call, was that there was 17 of us at NLC this year, and we were supposed to be in Vegas, but because of COVID, we chilled out at home and did everything virtually. And if you don't know, if you're just starting out in your coaching career, you can only apply or achieve this once in your career, and it's when you hit 1-star, and that's when you qualify. So if you were at NLC, that's amazing, and we're all going to be at leadership this year instead. But we got to hear from Carl Deichler, a ton of the top coaches, and one of our very own AMQ. She was there speaking, and she rocked it. But Carl, our CEO, shared with us his 3 questions when inviting, and I want to share this with you because I think it's very important, and it's something that I just I just learned. Being 4.5 years into the business, I am just learning something brand new, and I think it's really cool that it's coming from our CEO and how to talk to people and handle it. So just going to ask you one quick question by a show of hands, or you can toss it in the chat, yes or no. When you Are you intimidated or scared to send out invites? So just by a show of hands, or you can toss it in the chat, yes or no. Yes, no, no, sometimes. I like all the no's. This is awesome. I hate inviting. Sometimes, usually. Not anymore. Okay. Okay, so for those of you who did say yes, it's not a bad thing if you are scared. It's just what it is. And I want, for those of you that are scared or answered yes or raised your hand, I want you to stop making it about yourself. When you're scared to send the invite, you're just making it about you and not about the other person. You're robbing other people of what could potentially change or save their lives. And you do not know what they're going through right now, or you do not know the current moment that they're in, or what COVID has done to their life, or maybe something else not even related to COVID has brought something up in their life, and they may need what you have to offer in their life in this current moment. So don't be selfish when you send out those invites. So that's the first thing I want to say. Now, by a show of hands, when someone responds to your invite, do you respond, or when someone responds and says no thanks to your invite, what do you reply with? Is it usually okay, no worries, or something along those lines, or do you dive into deeper with it? So you can just show of hands, do you just say okay, no worries, or do you dive in deeper? You can toss it in the chat or raise your hand. Okay, no worries. Dive in deeper. Nice. Sweet. All right. Depends on the person. Sweet. Lots of offering free stuff. Free resources, usually no worries. Okay. I personally am a no worries kind of girl.
Sit and eat.
That's how I've always been. Just 1 second. Kid, you better sit and eat. I am definitely a no worries kind of person, and I always have been until Carl addressed it this weekend. And this is not to shame myself, or it's not to shame you guys that just say no worries and just kind of move on with it, but you are one smart conversation away from signing up tens of thousands of people that need your help, and they're just asking you to ask the questions in the right way. So these 3 questions are the right way to ask. Find out, what do they want? Second question, why do they want it? And third question, obstacles that are standing in their way. So what do they want? Why do they want it? And obstacles that are standing in their way. When you start conversations and to continue to ask questions until you get these answers beyond the no thanks, that's when you're going to see it bloom into something great. If you say no thanks, or if you get a response that someone says no thanks, as Carl Daikeler would say, oh, you're not interested in getting healthy? What did you like about my post then? That was Carl Daikeler's response to them. And I am personally not that blunt, but I will ask more questions. Do you have your own routine going? If they say yes, if they say no, would you like another routine? If they're going to the gym, do you have nutrition options? Are you taking supplements? Continue to ask questions. Ask them what their goals are. What do you want? Why do you want? I wish I was that blunt too, but I'm not. And continue to dive deeper. Don't let the conversation fall. Don't say, okay, no worries, because lots of people see you posting your workouts, but they don't see collagen. They don't see the greens boost. They don't see Shakeology. They don't see all of those other added things that we do have to offer. They don't see the community lots of the time, right? And I think those are the biggest things that Beachbody has to offer is everything in a whole and not just the workouts. So if they do have a gym routine, maybe they need the community and Shakeology to complement it. So really dive deep into those questions and what we have to offer. What do they want? Why do they want it? And obstacles that are standing in their way. We need to see the no thank you as just the very beginning. You aren't selling, you are just wanting to help them, and you know what they want, why they want it, and then that's how you can really offer something that can help them, and this might just change their mind. So now, not everybody is going to continue answering your questions. Lots of people are going to ghost you, and that is okay. And then they go up on the follow-up list. And this is just another important reason why follow-ups are so important, because you have to ask someone at least 5 times before they actually say yes. And then others may block you depending on the person. And if you like AMQ, you can just welcome them to your block party. Add them to that list. But if they block you, that's just their choice. And I heard Brittany Hilko say it the other night. She blocked Virginia, she stalked Virginia, and then she joined her and became one of the top coaches. So the person that blocks you might just become one of your next top coaches. You never know. The biggest thing about continuing on with these questions is being confident and bold and knowing that what you have to offer works, and knowing what your mission is, and knowing and standing your ground for what you stand for. If you truly believe in Beachbody, if you truly believe in what this community has to offer and why you're here, and everything you stand behind it, then the invites become easier. Finding out more questions, more answers behind what they're doing, why they're doing it, and their objections or reasons why they can't do it. And then you can really dive into, then you can really help them. So you are the hero, and you are here to help those people. And just remember that we do have a 30-day money back guarantee. So if they are scared to start because they don't want to fail, or they don't want to waste the money, or they don't want to try because they aren't certain it will work, offer them this. If you believe in Beachbody as much as Carl believes in Beachbody and offers that 30-day money back guarantee, even if you drank a whole bag of Shakeology and he will give you your money back, you will have no problem helping people if you believe in what we have will actually work for them. So one thing you can just say is, will you trust me for 30 days? Will you take my hand? Will you join our community for 30 days? And just trust me that this actually works, and this can potentially change your life. I know Marie mentioned this, she's heard it at Summit, and she said it multiple times, is that if Carl Deichler phoned you up and was like, hey, yo, we're canceling Beachbody on demand. It's done. There's no more Shakeology, no more greens boost, no more collagen. Oh yeah, and we're canceling all your Facebook groups. Community's gone. Can't talk to any single person that you met in Beachbody. How would you feel? Pretty, I'd lose my shit. So sad, right? So this opportunity, every time I don't want to send an invite, right? This opportunity is so much bigger than ourselves. It's so much bigger than this community. There's tens of millions and thousands of people that are out there that need our help. And so if you dive into this deeper, ask them more questions, think of it as bigger than yourself, then you will be out there changing lives. And just remember that if you're in this for the money and to help people, that the number one IPA is inviting people. If you don't invite people, whether it's your parents, your aunts, your uncles, your sisters, your brothers, they said you can't sign up your cat or dog, but anybody that you know and love and want to see healthy and happy, invite them. Anybody on your social media that's having a tough day, invite them. You never know whose life you're going to change. So I talked really fast, but I had 3 pages of notes and I'm done them all. So if y'all have any questions, I would love to hear them. There's a lot in the chat. Someone signs up for membership. Well, they would have to return just answering Tiffany's question. She asked if someone signs up with a year membership and then uses their nutritionals and wants to cancel within 30 days, they get their entire payment back. Yes, that's correct. They would have to give back their bod per se. I don't like unless they're like absolutely hating it, don't promote something just to get their money back, because then also comes off your money as well. So top tips to qualify for NLC. Okay, so NLC is the New Leader Conference, and you have to be a 1-star diamond to attend. That is having 1 diamond coach under you. This can be a U+2, so it can be your husband, it can be your spouse, it can be a parent, whoever your U+2 is, or it can be a rock star coach. So I got to NLC, we hit 2-star at the exact same time as we hit 1-star. So my brother and Brittany, they were both my diamond coaches. So that's how I got to NLC. It does take a lot of hard work and hustle. And I know there are a ton of you that have been through qualifications that are still in qualifications for how many months. I know AMQ is a good example of this, but persistence and really diving into your team. I know all 17 of us that attended New Leader Conference, I took probably about 45, 50 pages of notes. It was very good, and they really dive into becoming a leader. One thing that they communicate with your entire team, yes. One thing that they really kind of stressed on, and I think all 17 of us agreed upon this, were Carl's 3 questions. This is kind of what determined the call. Carl's 3 questions about answering and inviting, and creating systems in place for onboarding your new clients, systems in place for coaching your new coaches, how to start them, getting them started right, making Emerald a non-negotiable within 30 days, Diamond a non-negotiable within 90 days, and setting them up, having those one-on-one calls with them from the very start of their coaching journey to get really set clear. They don't know what Emerald is lots of the time, so you just setting that goal for them and be like, hey, we're going to go find 2 people, your mom and your sister, let's help them. And really setting those systems up in place so that you can pass them on to your coaches so that they can onboard new coaches, and everything is very organized and in place for that. Those are kind of like the big things that they talked about during the conference. If you guys don't know who Barb Stegman is, she nailed it as our keynote speaker, and she wrote the book, The 7 Virtues, and I'm not going to remember the rest of the book's titles names. Cassandra, I'm looking at you. The 7 Virtues, I can't remember the rest of it. Hillary, maybe you can remember. Yeah, she is Canadian. Amanda, can you remember the rest of her book, The 7 Virtues? I know what the 7 virtues are, but someone asked a question. Marsha. They say yes, they want more info. What exactly do you send them without overwhelming them? Oh, good question. Very good question. I just sent them, everybody runs their groups differently. I know some people run bod groups, some people run Facebook groups still, some people do like 30-day boot camps, whatever you run, but just make it as humanly as possible. I say that we get you set up with a fitness program of your choice, something that suits you. You come, you join us with our online wellness community. We're there to support you. You check in with us every single day, and we also provide you with either a dense nutrition shake or pre and post workout. And then if they ask how much, I usually send a graphic of a specific program. I'll ask more questions. What workouts do you like? What workouts have you done in the past? How long do you have to give to your workouts? Just ask more questions and kind of get that ball rolling. I'll just say this, when I first started as a coach, I wanted to sign them up ASAP and I wanted to get that sale. And now I know that it takes a week, 2 weeks to sign someone up because you're consistently having those conversations every single day. And it's not just a quick thing, right? You're human to human, and people take time to answer. I personally only answer my messages once or twice a day, maybe 3 times if I'm really on it, but some people only respond to you once a day. So it takes you a little longer to have those conversations, especially when you're answering the questions. And when you do ask those 3 questions, what do you want? Why do you want it? And your obstacles, then that's when it is going to create a human to become connection and really get them engaged. Yes. I'm pushing for diamond and only have 1 working coach, but I want to make sure I'm stable in my account too. Samantha, I would just ask your upline to look at your downline. If you do have a spouse or a parent, sister, actually, no, your sister doesn't count, but U+2 has got to be a parent, spouse, or a child over the age of 18. So I would just ask your upline to look at your downline, and maybe you can sign up one of those 3 people, and then they can help you build those sides. My sister's a discount coach. You can, with her permission, you can run her account. I personally run my brother's account with his permission, his credit card. So he pays for everything, but I do run his account. Gotta specify that with his permission, of course. People I've sent cards to this month, the people that I've been having frequent conversations since October. Yes, having those conversations last for at least a few months. So just continuing, that's why what you do now is going to show up in the summer months, in December, when new programs are launching. So having more conversations now is going to amount to something larger later. Compound Effect, yes. If you haven't read that book, that's an awesome book. Samantha, yes, that's correct. Okay, sweet. I tried to read most of your questions. If I invite and they say no, how do you think you would ask those 3 questions? If they just straight up say no, I personally just ask, do you have a routine going right now? That often leads to them saying, yes, I'm actually going to the gym and loving it. Yes, I'm doing spin classes at home. Yes, I'm doing home workouts. And from there, then you can ask the next question. If they're doing home workouts, what home workouts are you doing? XYZ, they'll tell you, and then you can ask them, are they effective? Are you getting the results you want? Are you reaching your goals? Are you feeling good? You can continue to ask those questions to continue the conversation going. Oh my gosh. Tips for attracting working coaches. Do most of your coaches mostly come from challengers or randomly people you connect with? Fitness, wanting a side hustle. Most of my coaches, actually pretty well all of my working coaches come from my challengers. And they say that the best coaches come from the people who have done the programs. People that are just coming into this business wanting to make a quick buck, they're not going to last long and they're not going to be consistent with it. They have to love the programs, they have to love Shakeology, they have to love the community, and they have to be in love with Beachbody and all of the things that it has to offer. And I think that's why challengers make the best coaches. Some of my challengers that have been around for 3 years are just diving into coaching because it's literally just taken that long for them to find a solid routine and finally dive into coaching. So they do come around, just so you know. Okay. Also straightforward with people who are like, fuck yeah, I want to sign up. And then they go, maybe not. I just say, look, you wanted to sign up for a reason, listen to your mind and what it said, and let's do it in the first place. And that works well for me. Samantha, if that works well for you, go for it. If you're a blunt person and want to say that is all you. Thank you, Caitlin. I had to get creative. My groups, I haven't converted my whole Facebook group over to bod groups yet. I still do have my ongoing Facebook group, but I'm getting on the bod group train. I started a 9-week control freak bod group exclusively to 9-week control freak. And I also started an ongoing wellness community over there that I also pump up and post in. I'm really trying to convert it over to bod groups just because I think bod groups they did another training on for us this weekend. And I really think that bod groups is going to be revolutionary, and they can track their workouts, they can track their nutrition just like they can in Facebook. And they said the people that they may like your post on Facebook, they may comment on something on Facebook, but that doesn't show you that they're actually working out. That doesn't show you that they're actually drinking Shakeology. Whereas in the bod group, they actually have to log their shit in there. Like in Facebook, you don't know unless you physically message them and ask them. So on bod groups, you can see who's logging their stuff and what they're doing and everything in there. And that way you can gauge who you're checking up with and how often you're checking up with. You can send cards from there. You can invite them to the next group that you're running. If you're doing a next exclusive specialized program, maybe you're going to do one for Shaun T's workout, Let's Get Up. If you're going to do a bod group in there, you can invite all the people that were in the 9-week control freak group to the Let's Get Up group. It's very easy, but I did start an ongoing group over there that's non-exclusive to a specific program, just for my free leads, because I have a ton of free leads that are coming in now, and I'm sure lots of you do too if you're an Emerald coach and hitting Success Club 5, which is a huge reason to hit Success Club 5 and get your butt to Emerald, is for those free leads, especially with the booming of Beachbody On Demand. But the free leads just come in and then they can see, oh, my coach has a group running already, I'll just click join, right? It's super easy. They're already in your group, they see it on their page, and then they can just join your group, and then that's how you can hold them accountable. All right, well, it is 7:30 already, so thank you. I appreciate it. And if you have any questions, you can just drop them under the graphic. I will get the recording up ASAP for you guys. And if you are diamond and above, you can stay on or hop on to the next call. And if you're not, get your butt to diamond and come join us over there. We have level up conversations and it is an awesome time. So have a good Tuesday night and get your butt to diamond.